frame is historical, the chapters to which I'm most attached are the ones that deal with what the writers and the poets, mostly Nigerians, have written about the city, and, as Ben says, the music and art also which it has inspired. There are also two chapters that I'm particularly attached to. One is about the famous Festac, the Festival of Arts and Culture in 1977, which still needs a proper appraisal, I think. And the other one is on Fela, as the world's best known Nigerian. I use particularly one of his songs which sums up aspects of Lagos, about Mushin mentality and Ikoyi mentality, which are the two parts, if you like, the rich and poor in the city. There are chapters on prominent Lagosians, incidents in the city's history, and one on the streets of the imagination. And the latter, particularly, helped me to realize I was involved in a small way as part of a movement to revolutionize how the world sees Lagos, to counter the widely held image of slums and chaos. I hope next year to be able to talk at greater length on this subject. I should mention here too my gratitude to the Booker collective of Nigerian architects, two of whom are here, Godson, Egbo and Giles Omezi, not just because they've lent support to this launch, but also because they helped me formulate the shape of this book through a couple of workshops, one on the imprints of the city and the other on the future city. And it is to Giles that I owe the important existential notion that Lagos is not just what everyone calls it, a mega city, but it has the potential to be a world city. I have other thanks to make. I mean, this is a bit like an Oscar ceremony. The book would not have appeared without the support of my wife. And I must mention my publisher too, James Ferguson, who has tolerated benignly the delays that there have been beyond my control. I did want to mention also one of the city's elders, Femi Okunu, Papa Agba as he's known, who managed to include in his foreword the kind of pointed criticism that every author sometimes needs. But I was glad that he still, if you read what he wrote, you will see what I mean. But I was glad that he still acknowledged the real involvement I had with the city as what they call a Lagos boy, and with what the poet Oje Afeman calls the cityness of the city. There is, I think it's worth mentioning, a guest house in southwest Ikoyi called Bogobiri, which was based on a gallery called Nimbus, which I had a lot of wonderful experiences there when I was in Lagos, when I was living in Lagos. And above the door of the guest house at Bogobiri, there is a sign that says Lagos na so-so enjoyment, which I think is where I
I want to get closer.